Maybe, possibly. I wouldn't have got this job if it was in a considerably better shape. But make no mistake. Do I want to roll it around my keeper around the 6-yard line? No. But do I still want to play when we can play? Do I still want to be effective in our play? Do I want an exciting style of play? Yes, I do, as long as it wins.
Sean, absolutely delighted you can join us on talkSPORT. Congratulations on the job, huge job, one of England's great clubs, Everton. I want to start with culture. Culture is really important to most football clubs and most managers. But you, wherever you've gone, you build one. What are your fundamentals that you want to bring in to a big football club that at the moment at the wrong side of the table?
You're right, I do believe in the culture and environment being set early on. You need the early adopters, if you like. You need the players to get on board with it. But a lot of, key things that were when my playing days and managing days, pride, hard working kind of staff and players. So good work ethic, passion, truth, honesty, consistency in who we are, what we are. Leave your egos at the gate. I would say park your ego. When we're in here, we're all the same, including me. We can have fun, we can relax together, and we can work hard together. So you're trying to, most of it's honesty and respect. I've never ever called a player a name, for example. I don't do that. And I say, look, if you speak to me in the right way, I will definitely, you'll be getting it both ways. You speak to me in the right way, I'm going to speak to you in the right way. And you're just building rapport with people, I think you can do that and still have the line that you're the manager.
And how would that manifest itself? What are the tick boxes for you that you see it's working, changing that culture? What feedback do you get from players? Is it just a happy environment? What is it?
Well, but we asked the players as well, by the way. So I asked them for their feedback, gave them a questionnaire and said, right, this is your chance. Don't put your name on it. Don't want that.
You did that before?
Yeah, I've done it.
Day one?
Yeah. And just said, right, feedback, whatever you wish. Kept this questions really, really simple. No, I don't want to lead them anywhere. Really simple about them, about us, what their expectations are, what we can do, etc., etc. Really super simple. So I'm almost showing them, right, look, I'm open. This is your chance. And then we start setting the culture, and then we have an agreement. I share it back with them, and then we say, right, so are we agreed, on these principles? So then we're kind of going down that road. Now, of course, the biggest thing, the big brother cameras, right, they're on straight away. So they're on for what, 2 or 3 weeks. Psychologists normally say 2 or 3 weeks, and you revert deep down to who you really are. So I'm not naive, I know that. But even if we've shifted them a little bit from what they were to what we want them to be, you've got a little bit of a head start. And let's have it right, Stan. Winning games is the biggest alignment of a culture ever. You put the practice in, you put the work in, they do the work, you deliver what you can deliver, you start winning, and all of a sudden, as if by magic, they're all buying into the principles that you laid down. The biggest challenge I spoke to them about is win, lose or draw. What do we stand for then? So that's where the consistency comes in.
Would you expect a similar response, win, lose or draw down the line then?
Exactly.
Don't get too high, don't get too low.
Exactly that. The idea is if we stand for this, it has to be stood for all the time. Yeah. Not just when you're winning and things are nice. When things are not, we have to stand for this level of consistency. It has to be a high bar. Training, work ethic, the details, diet, looking after yourselves, living your life right. We can't just have it when you're winning. So we try and build a culture, look, whatever happens, we stay calm and solid to the truth of what we are. And that's been a big thing.
Why now? A lot of managers wait, get to the summer, possibly have a lot more opportunities. What was it about Everton, the situation that the club are in, which is a difficult one? Why now for you? Why didn't you wait till the summer?
It's Everton. I know the history. I know the feel. I've been here with teams. You're not always going to get these jobs. Now, I know it's not in the shape that they'd want it. I know the fans want it in a better shape. Maybe, possibly. I wouldn't have got this job if it was in a considerably better shape. But I don't mind that, Stan. It's my chance to get hold of a club like this. Fantastic opportunity. A tough opportunity, of course. I'm not naive. I'm not. But it's still a fantastic opportunity to play my part in the rich fabric of this club's history, working hard to turn it round and push it back forwards again. And if I can do that and be my share of the club's history and my little window, it might be a little window, but if it could be a little window, but an important one, then I rest easy.
Difficult circumstances, club at the foot of the table. When I played, and I know when you played, that managers would come in and say, everybody's got a clean slate, doesn't matter what the previous manager did, etc., etc. What did you say to the players on day one?
Similar but different. Take away any noise about yourselves. I'm not here to judge the past or anything. I'm here to align with what we do now. Give me everything and you'll get everything from us. And the biggest thing for me, it's about you. I'm only here to guide. I'm not going to make this job. I didn't my last. I'm not going to make this about me. People put you as a manager, and of course you have to take the good and the bad. But the point is, said, lads, we have to be aligned. We have to be aligned. It's not about me. It's about all of us as a collective moving forward. We can't do it as individuals. It has to be a unit of people who all get on the same track, knows he's pointing in the right direction.
What part do the supporters play in that?
A massive part, because there is noise around this club, right? There is, and I can't stop it overnight. I have to earn the right to have an effect on that. I have to earn the right to have my say in that. And I don't know enough about it. I don't know the depth. I know the paper talk about it, of course. But I need to learn the depth of that. So I've been honest about that. Now, I can't give an opinion right or wrong about that until I do learn the depth. And equally, I wouldn't, because I need to earn my right as the Everton manager to question. I can't question it without knowing all of what's going on.
Yeah.
What I can say is if they can just push that aside for a window and give us a chance to breathe, as I call it, give the team a chance to breathe. You know yourself, it's a fantastic feeling. Whatever's going on at the club, when you can run out there as a player knowing that you're going to get a chance, knowing the fans are going to give you a chance to play.
And there aren't many better places to do that than Goodison.
I mean, I've been here when it's rocking. And you're like looking around thinking, oh, hello, this is lively. So
and
I
you
know
want to embrace that.
Absolutely.
Run with it.
Absolutely. Now, the basic requirements of any team, you've got to show the fans. So it starts with the team. We've got to show them, myself, my staff and the players, we mean business. We are at it. We are working and giving everything. And that's... Recently I was in Scott. I don't like this stand, but recently I know the media have a job and I get on fire with the media. But, they... a veiled attack at the past. It's nothing to do with the past. I can only speak about me, how I operate, and the future of what we do. I would never question managers, coaches. They all work hard and they all put their own imprint. Mine is to say, look, you will have a team that is ready. We are ready to work. We're ready to give out a lot to the cause. And, bring that tempo to a stadium and bring a feel to a performance. And I think the Evertonians, knowing what they do, as long as they know you're giving your lot, it's a good start. Now, they still want quality, of course, and the modern game wants quality, it wants tactics and all of that, and it wants goals, of course. But the first marker is everything goes onto that pitch.
You're a straight-talking man, and I love that. Window shuts, no incomings. Why?
Lots of challenges. I came in late, quite obviously. One thing I can assure you, through the whole club, the owner, the chairman, Kev Thauer, myself, working. I was here, Stan, and Everton fans, I get this undercurrent of they want honesty. Well, I'm telling you, I was physically here all the way through the process. Phone calls, crunching numbers, analytics, going through the market, possible trades, possible situations. We all still know January is a tough window. The numbers still have to align and the players still have to align. It's simple as that, The club's position, of course, has to align. That, every player wants that. But yourself, some players go, oh, I prefer not. Yeah. I want to go somewhere else, because of the literal position of the club. Everything was being done. The other thing, Stan, is I'm a great believer in look inside your camp. I've reminded the players today of what they've done in their careers.
Do you think there's enough?
Yeah, absolutely. I said, lads, if I'm going to bring someone in to replace you, they better be good. Because I said, have a look at your careers. I know why you're here. I know why you're at Everton Football Club. I know what you've done in the game. So think about it, lads. If they walk in here, they better be good. Because players sometimes forget that. They hear all this noise. Oh, why didn't we bring anyone? Well, if I was a player, I'd be going, no, they don't bring anyone in. I'm going because I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty handy. So I reminded them of that. And I said, look, we've got some very, very good players here. Of course, it's our job to polish them up a bit, a bit down on your luck and all that. And the fans hopefully will play their part. But there's some very good players here, very expensive. It's not just value, that. Price tags are a different thing now. I'm on about the players, what they've done in the game. There's players played in tournaments all over the world, big events, finals, money has to come into it, big fees. I wouldn't put that as much as the process of what they've done in their careers. And the hard work it takes to get to a club like Everton Football Club. Yeah. So I said, let's remind ourselves of what we are and what's in the camp before you worry about the noise outside. You
mentioned Kevin, the CEO. What's your brief? Is it simply to stay up? Are the targets? What's the message from above?
The message is to play my part in realigning, gripping hold of the team, gripping hold of the club in the bigger picture. The immediate message is, look, we want to be in the Premier League. Let's have it right. It's not rocket science, that when everyone knows it. But Everton Football Club are looking at a process to be in the Premier League still going forwards. That is the immediate challenge. We all know that. But behind that can we bring a bit more than just that immediate thing? Can we mould a situation that's going to give us more of a base to work from going forwards?
Do you feel any extra pressure because Everton, by I think it's 12 or 15 years, have been in the top flight of English football longer than any other. Founder member, huge football club. Future looks bright in terms of moving into the new stadium. Do you feel any personal pressure when you think this club hasn't been relegated for 70 years and it's not going to be on my watch?
I don't feel the pressure of it because facts are facts. That is a fact. It's my job to just get hold of the team. You know, you worry enough as a football manager, right? You can't worry about everything. You know, I have to have the belief in myself, the belief in my staff, the belief in what we do to make sure that doesn't happen. But you can drive yourself mad worrying about all these uncontrollable. The most controllable thing I can get hold of now is the team and the way the staff work into that team. That's the start point. Then we have to work over the season to make sure we get the points on the board. But no, I don't feel that. I put enough pressure on myself now. I work every day. I don't really need that big overshadowing kind of situation because I know it's there. Everyone knows it's there.
Just spoke to two of my former teammates that you, of course, know very, very well, Ian Wone and Stevie Stone. They was at Nottingham Forest for 2 great years with you know them because, of course, you were at Forest as a kid. Asked them about the lads, said great set of lads, working hard with them. 3 stick out to me for an obvious reason. Again, as a former player, I think that managers come in and they look for players that they've either had or worked with before. Tarkowski, McNeil and Keane. Will they be important lieutenants in the dressing room to get your message across because you've worked with them before and they know what's coming?
I think the biggest thing for them guys is they'll be authentic because they've known me a long time. I don't do sneakiness and all that. I won't be asking them. I won't be having them in the office tell me what I need to know. That's not my bag. I say to all the players, I only need to know, and the staff, I need to know the big stuff. If something's really affecting the group, then I need to know. But all the little stuff, I don't do that stuff. It's not my bag. But what they will spread the word is how I work, how the staff work, the levels we work to, what levels we operate at, the detail we expect, and the demand. So they will know that. And I'm more than happy for them to share that because it's authentic. But no, I don't put pressure on players in that, that way, or tell me what, it's not my
Why
bag.
don't you do that? Because, again, a little bit of insight. A lot of managers do. They'll go in and they've basically got people that are in the dressing room that are giving almost daily feedback to the manager.
I don't like to put players in that position. I was once asked to do it as a player and I went, that's not for me. I think I can sort myself out and I think I can sort them around me out. So I want them to take ownership of it. I want my staff members in their key roles, staff leaders, whether it's analytics, sports science, medical, etc. It's for you to sort that out. Unless, don't forget the goal, right? If it's too much or you think this is really undermining to all of us, then I have to know. I never get my captain in asking about that. If the only time I ever do it, because there's a rule to the rule stand, is more of a personal thing. If you send someone's off, you send someone's not quite on kilter. I might, because players don't always want you to ask them direct. I might pull the captain and go, "They're all right. They need some support with anything." But that's more of a care, health and well-being thing. But no, I don't do that. It's a number one rule for me. I just don't put players in that predicament. I don't want it. I didn't want it as a player. I don't put it on others.
Sean Dyche, the coach. We've got other English coaches in the Premier League. Graeme Potter, I saw on holiday bizarrely last year, and he came over and we had an hour and a half chat from his Ostersund days all the way through to his job.
Good guy. I like him a lot. I don't know him that well, but
yeah,
I like him.
And Eddie Howe was obviously doing very well at Newcastle.
Guy, yeah.
Why do you think that Graeme Potter and Eddie Howe get away with being progressive coaches, but some people would say Sean Dyche is old school? When I watch and I've seen and I've heard from your mouth how progressive you are as a coach, why do you think that is?
Well, I'd certainly not question others. I think they're two of many terrific coaches, managers, whichever title. I think sometimes we all know you live in a box. You're very easy to put in a box in life, and I've lived in that box for a long time. There was a time when I was younger, you question it, and you could sometimes you bite back on it.
Did it ever bother you?
Yeah, I think when you're younger you do, because when you're trying to earn your spurs as a coach and you're trying to get yourself out in the work that you want to do, you want it to be recognised.
Yeah.
Whereas when you get older, and I don't mean necessarily, probably more experienced, not necessarily older. When you get more experience, you realise, look, whatever I do, they're going to keep me in that box or push me in that box because it's pretty easy to do. And then you stop worrying about it. You just go, well, I know what I do. And the key that reminds you of it, for me anyway, is the players. I want my players to do well. I want them to have really good careers. When I've seen a player, and I've seen lots, fortunately, go through my hands and leave me for 10 times what I bought them in for and go on and play for England, that is more than enough for me. That is more than enough. A feedback I'm about. I'm not about true success winning games, but as a coach who coaches people and works with people, when I see, Michael Keane, he came to me for 2 million, we sold him here for 25. That is and play for England. That is a fantastic thing for me to know. I've played my part and my staff and everyone, and him, of course, in taking ownership of it. That is a brilliant thing. So when I look at that compared to whether I'm bothered about people think that you play long ball or short ball, I go, yeah, whatever. I know what my players think. I know we train. I know the players who constantly still speak to me. Tripp still FaceTimes me. Tells me, yeah.
Has he FaceTimed? Did he say
he
congratulations on the
FaceTimed me.
job?
Oh, yeah, he's brilliant.
Because he'll obviously buzz in, get into the League Cup final with Newcastle.
Yeah, absolutely. But the fact is, some of them guys still FaceTime and they still speak. They still send me messages. Gaffer, I remember when we did this. I remember when we did that. That means a lot to me. So people can have their opinions. That's fine, right? And I'm really not bothered nowadays because I know our work. I know the responsibility of me as a manager and a coach and as a person, and I'm more than happy with that.
Final couple of questions. Been a fascinating insight into you as a coach and as a person. 2.5 year contract. God willing, if we're sat in here at Finch Farm in 2.5 years' time, what would you like your Everton team to look like?
Successful, relatively to what the situation is now, don't forget. Aligned. A consistency of values within the environment here that would not just be the team, staff members, everything you walk in, you can almost smell it's right. Them sort of things are important to me. And of course, you've got to play, there has to be a style that's an effective style, but you still want a little bit of something. Make no mistake. Do I want to roll it around my keeper around the 6-yard line? No. But do I still want to play when we can play? Do I still want to be effective in our play? Do I want an exciting style of play? Yes, I do, as long as it wins.
And final question, Arsenal coming up. I hate it when I go on social media and you see social media sites going, oh my God, it's Dyche's first game against Arsenal, catastrophe. As a player, that would be the one that I would be looking forward to. Top of the table in the Premier League, players playing in form, massive opportunity in the dressing room to not only get a result, but to get everybody behind you. How are you viewing the clash against Mikel Arteta and his men at the weekend?
Yeah, well, certainly they're going great. Okay, they moved on a long way in a year or so. There's noises about what they were doing there, negative noises, and now look where they are. So they're doing great. Regards ourselves, fresh start, clean slate, as you called it earlier in the interview, for everyone, including myself, a show of what we intend to do. And the biggest thing for me is a performance. That's what I'm looking for, a performance. Not every performance you guarantee anything, but you can guarantee, or you're looking to guarantee, a performance. I tend to agree. I think if I'm a player, I go, what would people be thinking out of this? They'll just be thinking, well, Arsenal are going to go up there, take them on, they're flying, you're not. Well, that gives you sort of a freedom. It gives you sort of a backhanded freedom to go and say, come on then, let's take it on. And that's a lovely feeling to have. When you are that underdog sometimes, you don't want it all the time, particularly not Everton. It's not an underdog club in general, but at the moment it is. Then use it to your advantage. You go, come on then, let's take it on.
One final thing, what's your message to Evertonians?
I think the biggest thing is embrace the past and let's build a future. And if they can join in with us and get us going, help get us going, I want the two to combine. I want the players to perform for the fans and the fans to perform for the players. And then we can align and then we're on something.
Sean Dyche, thank you for joining us on talkSPORT. Great
Thanks,
to see
Dan.
you.
Cheers, mate.